Once we've logged into a computer that's on the same network as our photocopier, we can begin to access the files that are on the photocopier. Now that address to the photocopier is going to be fairly long and complicated, so we want to create a shortcut or some other mechanism to access it repeatedly. So we're going to start here on the desktop. I'm just going to right click on the desktop and go New and choose Shortcut. Now this is where we type the address to the photocopier. In this case, it's going to be CNSL, COPIER, that's in console. And then, most often, the hard drive is called file share, and in all cases, the folder that the Toshiba Copier puts it in is called scan. So once we've done that, we simply click Next to continue. Give it a name that's going to be meaningful, and click on Finish. And we'll just drag the shortcut up here so we can see it. Now, anytime we want to access that folder, we simply double click on it, and there's our test file that we scanned. We can open it up and view it, and we can see the result. Now, let's presume that you don't have a computer without deep freeze on. So the computer in your classroom or wherever you're wanting to access the photocopier from has deep freeze installed. If it does, that shortcut is not going to remain on the desktop. So what you would do in that case is go into your home folder on the network and follow the same procedure to create a shortcut within your home folder. There's still yet another way. Again, if your computer doesn't have deep freeze, we can come up here. I'm going to go Control-C to copy that address, and then go Tools and Map Network Drive. Drag this down. Now we can select a drive letter that isn't already assigned to something. So in this case, I'll pick Z. We'll go Control-V to paste in here. And we'll check this reconnect at login. When we click on Finish, it'll automatically open to that window. Now we have a drive letter mapped. So, for example, if I just close this window momentarily, now if we open up my computer, we can see that in fact we have a drive letter assigned. There's drive Z to that photocopier, and because we selected or checked to reconnect at login, that drive will exist every time we log in at the school. So we open that up. Once again, there's our test file. So that's as difficult as it is to create a permanent link to your photocopier. You have the choice of doing it on your desktop, doing it in your home folder, or mapping a network drive. Remember, if your computer has deep freeze installed on it and deep freeze is active, your only choice is to create a shortcut in your home folder. Finally, one of the things that's really important as more and more people begin to use the photocopier as a scanner is that we clean up after ourselves and take our files off the hard drive on the photocopier. Otherwise, it gets very difficult for people to find their own files. There's another reason to do this as well. As you've noticed, we never used any kind of username or password to access the photocopier hard drive. Therefore, that means anyone can access your files if you leave them on there. So if there's anything in the least confidential, you want to get it off there. So in this case, here's our test file. We're just going to come in here, go Control-X to cut. I'm going to go back to my computer, and I'm going to open up my home folder, Drive View on the network, and maybe I've got a file called My PDF Scans, and I'm going to go Control-V to paste. So the file now is moved. Now we see it within our home folder in the folder My PDF Scans. If we go back and look on the photocopier, it's no longer there. So that was simply Control X to cut, Control V to paste. And of course, you could just as easily drag the files. If you do that, though, you're going to have to right-click and drag, and then choose Move. So let's look what that would look like. In this case, we brought up two windows. The window on the right is the photocopier hard drive, and the window on the left is my home folder. So we want to move this file by dragging it. We right-click on the file and drag while we hold down the right mouse button. And we let go, and it gives us the choice of whether we want to copy or move. And in this case, we choose Move because we want to remove it from the photocopier hard drive. And of course, if you didn't remember to right-click, you could drag it and copy it and then delete the copy that's on the photocopier hard drive. But it's always good to clean up after yourself, just to keep that hard drive clean, and also so that any sensitive information doesn't get left there.